Hey everybody, it's Ia Patsy. I'm going to do another reading from a book by Linda Goodman, and it's called Linda Goodman's Love Signs. And this was published many, many years ago, like in the 1930s. So she's just referring to men and women, but you can, use masculine or feminine depending on what your orientation is. But by popular demand, I'm going to do Virgo Man with a Capricorn Woman by Linda Goodman. Love signs. Since goat girls prefer to face facts without flinching, the Capricorn female who thinks she can mold the Virgo man she loves into what she considers the proper image of a lover, a husband, father, and a respectable wage earner is hereby astrologically counseled that succeeding in such a goal may not be a piece of cake. As tough and patient and intractable as her ruling planet Saturn may be, Virgo's true ruling planet, the thunderous Vulcan, will also have something quite firm to say about it. Because Vulcan has not yet been discovered and identified, though the event is imminent, the male virgin remains still partially influenced by his foster ruler, Mercury. This gives him, in addition to Vulcan's distant but determined vibes of resistance, the extra bonus of Mercury's quick intellect and agile mental cleverness, along with Mercury's swift, wing-footed way of escaping any uncomfortable situation. Consequently, in the long run, the odds are pretty even that he might end up being the one to cause her to fit his notions of the way things should be measured instead of the other way around. His notions, at least in the beginning, may not include marriage. It is not just the idea of a long-term commitment that disturbs him. It's the restriction of his freedom. The necessity to harness his personal habits to the strange and unknown personal habits of another. The lack of privacy that marriage involves. What if she's the kind of person to fill the bathroom medicine cabinet with all her feminine glamour trappings, cosmetics and such, leaving no room for his milk of magnesia or Pepto-Bismol, his Tums, his bee pollen vitamins, his Band-Aids, his iodine Rolaids, Alka-Seltzer, Excedrin, toenail clippers, and toothpaste? She's not. Very, very few goat girls are addicted to makeup and glamour. Saturn blessed them with a flawless skin that only improves with age. Since all Capricorns look younger as they grow older, she doesn't need all that artifice. She thinks it's a big bore, and besides, it's expensive. She has no intention of supporting Revlon so they can buy commercials to annoy her with their interruptions when she's watching TV. Well, all right, but she could have a dozen or so other habits that will upset him. For example, he likes his eggs poached, cooked a certain way, and it's taken him years to train a certain waiter at his favorite restaurant to fix them just right. Now, how long is it going to take him to train her? She could even be the kind of woman who talks incessantly on the phone, or worse yet, in bed, until he develops those migraine headaches again, or recurring attack of his intestinal disorder. He just paid 2 months' salary for a homeopathist to get rid of his asthma and allergies to scented soaps, his headaches and his intestinal disorder actually is severe constipation. And he's not about to repeat that ordeal if he can help it. He's probably worried about nothing. Being a Cappy, she most likely can handle poached eggs, but she certainly isn't inclined to be a chatterbox on the phone, in bed, or anywhere else. If he really loves her, he'll have to get it together. Take hold of himself and realize that anxieties that he's creating in this gentle lady, who's really a lady, who is so capable, so loving and appealing, by being so skittish about formalizing and feels vaguely uncomfortable about flouting convention. She can't bear the disapproval of her family, and she has definite ambitions for the future. To her, both life and love must have a clear purpose, a definite direction and a goal. Besides, she's probably like to be a mother someday. Not a whole house full of children, no, but maybe one, possibly two. And she would like them to have a surname other than her own. It will take more than a few generations for the Aquarian age changes to breed out of the goat girl her innate reverence for the family circle, her rock-bound conviction that it should be protected as the stronghold of civilization herself. She's right, of course. Capricorns usually are. Saturn, her ruler, symbolizes wisdom gained through experience, faith in the old and dependable over the untried new and doubtful. In the end, Saturn's judgment is always proven to be sound. Sometimes it takes many years, even centuries of patience, but Saturn itself is never wrong. That's why Cappies can become so depressed at times. They catch it from Saturn like a disease. Surely it's lonely and depressing to be so enlightened and have to wait so long to share it. While in the meantime, everyone resents you, calls you stuffy and straight-laced, or worse yet, ridicules you because they don't understand that Father Time will justify your wisdom. That could depress anyone. It's depressed old man Saturn, the planetary master of karma, for so many eons. It's no wonder that those born under his influence periodically retreat into icy blue doldrums, just sitting around and brooding for no apparent reason. But there is a reason for this woman's silent spells. And you know what it is? Although she may not, but now you know what it is. She only knows. She feels sometimes an inexplicable sense of sadness and loneliness, a sense of the futility of everything. And while she's feeling it, the greatest good news in the world couldn't jolt her into a joyful smile. Not until the mood has passed. It isn't very helpful of the Virgo man who loves her to add to the goat girl's gloomy periods by causing her to become concerned over what people will say if they don't plan to eventually marry. Now and then it will be Cappy who avoids the altar because it might interfere with following an ambition or a career, and then the Virgo feels rejected. But not nearly so often as the other way around. In general, their relationship may be rich in mutual affection and has an excellent chance of becoming permanent, thanks to the basic harmony in their 5-9 sun pattern. Their love will be more stable and enduring than most, although there may be occasions when their matching stubbornness causes them to disagree. It probably won't be over financial matters. Allowing for a few exceptions, like a goat girl in her moon or ascendant in a fire or air sign, or a Virgo man with the same, when hers is not, and vice versa. These two will tend to view money in a similar way. To state it bluntly, both Virgo and Capricorn are capable of being as tight as a tick with cash. This is fortunate because it means he probably won't mind her working, following her own career or profession, not only because he was born under a mutable sign and is therefore more adaptive than most males, but two jobs mean double income, double savings, double investments, double interest, and only half of the time required to accumulate enough security to move to a house in the country where they both prefer to live, if they're typical of their sun signs. See, there are advantages to being married. Of course, these two may not in the beginning be aware of their need to escape into nature's woodlands. That will come later. For a while, she'll be too busy carving herself a secure position in society or in some profession where she can be quietly and calmly, but surely lead others, or at least be her own boss. And he'll be too busy finding a variety of interests that need his alert mind and critical talents, trying a little of this and a little of that, and usually leaving things in a smoother flowing condition than when he found them. One thing that's almost certain to be smooth flowing between them is their sexual chemistry. Earth knows exactly how to bring happiness to Earth, even with adverse luminary aspects between their horoscopes, which could cause coldness between them periodically. Their trined signs allow each of them to sense how to give peace and contentment to the other through sexual union. If their luminaries and ascendants are trined also, or sextile or conjunct, that's like astrological lingo. Their passion will be deep and a stirring experience. A stirring experience. Sex is often a quiet emotion to Virgo and Capricorn, yet also a powerful magnet that steadily adds strength to their relationship. As with all earth sign couples, their closeness will grow with time. And there's a slow sensuality about their lovemaking that makes it rich and meaningful. And since neither the virgin nor the goat find it easy to express his or her feelings verbally, this shared silent sensuality gradually becomes a private code between them. Intimacy is not something this man and woman have to learn or to teach each other through experience. It was there, trembling between them when they first met, reflected in their eyes and in their shy, uncertain smiles. Something they recognized without the need for words. They simply knew. As with many 5/9 lovers, Virgo and Capricorn are instantly familiar, and as the Bible says, they know one another. When a man and woman who are influenced by the earth element of the 5/9 vibration part, for some reason, there's always a feeling of emptiness. And so they hide their naked longing, as earth signs will, beneath a detached reserve. But the separation shakes them to their roots. Never mind how they try to escape the desolation. The wounds can heal eventually, of course, but it takes a long, long time. Barbra Streisand is an earth sign. She's a Taurus. But it takes, and her ex-husband was Elliot Gould, and he is a Virgo. So Barbara Streisand's the earth sign, and her ex-husband, Elliot Gould, was a Virgo. Since parting is so painful for 5/9 guided lovers of the earth element, it is worth a lot of effort to compromise their differences, allowing for the always present exceptions that prove the rule. When Virgo and Capricorn, or any earth couple, end their relationship, is seldom due to the death of love or the intrusion of a third person. It's almost always ambition, the career goal of one that leaves the other behind. It is usually the seed of their problem, though they may hide it and call it by other names. The Virgo man and his goat girl are both stubborn. They both use coldness as a weapon when they're hurt, to hurt back. They're both reserved, and to each of them, love is a very private thing, but neither will ever let the other down if it could possibly be avoided. But neither will ever let the other down if it can be avoided. They are loyal, and loyalty is the strongest foundation on which an enduring love can be built. Even when love seems to have been destroyed, it can be reconstructed on the firm foundation of steady loyalty that never cracked through freezing weather, that withstood the fires of anger and the floods of all kinds of temporary emotions. When Cappy and Virgo have had a disagreement, they may pretend that the song is over, but it's not. That's just the first verse. There are many choruses yet unsung. Some night they'll run into each other at a party somewhere, each privately hating the crowds and wanting to be elsewhere, anywhere but in the babbling confusion of people who are talking about nothing. And then she'll realize that the only quiet in the room is in his eyes, gazing at her softly, but waiting. He'll realize the only stillness and peace in the whole room is in her uncertain smile. She looks even younger now than she did years ago when they first met. He notices, of course, because Capricorns grow younger as the years pass, blessed by Saturn's hard-earned gift of age reversal. She notices how clearly more intelligent, thoughtful, and self-contained he is compared to all the other men in their polished sophistication and aggressive behavior, and their tired jokes, and their jaded attitudes. His shy humor is much more perceptive. After a while, the Virgo man will walk over to his goat girl, slowly, but very, very surely, and say hello again. She'll try to answer him with some reserved, dignified greeting, but the words will excuse me, but the words will unexpectedly become a lump in her throat, just like mine, right? And she'll smile at him again, silently. It doesn't matter, because it's still there. The trembling between them, the knowing, the intimacy. It's time for a second chorus of this song with the old familiar melody, but new lyrics. Wow. Okay, I'm not crying. That was a cough. I got that lump in my throat, but I got Capricorn in my in my chart somewhere. Excuse me so much. I'm so sorry. Anyway, thanks y'all for watching. I hope that you enjoy this. If you have a request of any special pairings, feel free to make a comment in the box below, and I'll try to get around to the combination. So it could be a Virgo woman and a Capricorn man, or a Sagittarius man and a Scorpio woman, or Aries man and a Leo woman, whatever. Any combination. And like I said, it's masculine and feminine energies. But because this book was written in the 30s, she says man and woman. But, make it adjust, make it fit. And just take it as information as you go into the next year with your relationships. So thanks, everybody, for putting up with me coughing towards the end. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share these readings, and enjoy the rest of the year. These readings are timeless, and you can come back and see them anytime. So be well. Peace, I say.